Hello and welcome to this week's episode. We're going to talk about essential oil extraction methods.
Essential oils are made from a process called extraction. There are several different methods of extraction, and in this video, we will cover 3 of them.
Steam distillation. Steam distillation is the most popular method used to extract and isolate essential oils from plants for use in natural products. This happens when the steam vaporizes a plant's materials, volatile compounds, which eventually go through a condensation and collection process.
A large container called a still, which is usually made of stainless steel containing the plant material, has steam added to it. Through an inlet, steam is injected through the plant material containing the desired oils, releasing the plant's aromatic molecules and turning them into vapour.
The vaporized plant compounds travel to the condensation flask or the condenser. Here, 2 separate pipes make it possible for hot water to exit and for cold water to enter the condenser. This makes the vapour cool back into liquid form.
The aromatic liquid byproduct drops from the condenser and collects into a receptacle underneath it, which is called a separator. Because water and oil do not mix, the essential oil floats to the top of the water. From here, it is siphoned off. Some essential oils are heavier than water, such as clove essential oil, so they are found at the bottom of the separator.
Here is an example of steam distillation. If you'd like to look at this in more detail, please pause the video now before we move on.
Cold compression. This method is also called cold press, expression, or scarification, and it is used specifically for citrus peels.
The whole fruit is placed in a device that mechanically pierces to rupture the essential oil sacs, which are located on the underside of the rind. The essential oil and pigment run down into the device's collection area.
The whole fruit is pressed to squeeze out the juice and the oil. The oil and juice that are produced still contain solids from the fruits, such as the peel, and must be centrifuged to filter the solids from the liquids. The oil separates from the juice layer and is siphoned off into another receptacle.
Here is an example of the cold press process. If you'd like to look at this in more detail, please pause the video now before we move on.
CO2 extraction. CO2 is colourless, odourless, and can be easily and completely removed by releasing the pressure in the extraction chamber. The absence of potentially harmful solvents in CO2 extraction means neither the human body nor the environment is polluted.
Pressurized carbon dioxide becomes liquid whilst remaining in a gaseous state, which means it is now supercritical. In this state, it is pumped into a chamber filled with plant matter.
Because of the liquid properties of the gas, the CO2 functions as a solvent on the natural plant matter, pulling the oils and other substances such as pigment and resin from the plant matter. The essential oil content then dissolves into the liquid CO2.
The CO2 is brought back to a natural pressure and evaporates back into a gaseous state, whilst what is left is the resulting oil. To learn more about essential oils, make sure you check out our other videos. Here's an example of CO2 extraction. If you'd like to look at this in more detail, please pause the video now before we move on.
Thanks for joining us on today's episode. We hope you learned something new. Please like, subscribe, and ding the bell so you don't miss future uploads.